Hello, it's Chrissy from Footprint Tarot. I am just about to do the first of my readings on Chappaquiddick. Firstly, I'd like to say that there's no judgment involved here and there's no disrespect meant towards the Kennedy family or Mary Jo Chappaquiddick's family or anyone who is alive or dead who was involved in the incident. It's merely to find some answers. I have posted a little card sequence that covers briefly some of the events, and if you want you can go and read that first. This first reading, now Chappaquiddick happened on July 18th, 1969, almost 50 years ago. Now, this first reading is going to be on Teddy Kennedy in the 2 months previous to the incident. So late May, June and July. I'm using a alternative version of the Celtic Cross, which I feel covers the areas which I feel are important when you're looking at people and their emotions and possibly their motives and their strength and their awareness of things. So without any further ado, I'm going to do that. So Teddy Kennedy, May, June, early July, 1969. Senator Kennedy was 37 years old, and in January of that year he had been made the Democratic whip of the House. We'll have a look at the bottom of the card. Judgment. Yes, there was some judgments made about the whole thing, and as we are talking about something where somebody died, procedures had to be made, and there was judgment made. The first card I'm going to pull is just going to be about a signifier for Teddy. I don't feel that the top one is it, so we'll just, normally I just pull from the top, but sometimes I feel like I should go elsewhere. The Tower. Well, the Tower signifies significant change. Now, we're not talking in this instance about the incident at Chappaquiddick itself, where Teddy drove a car off a bridge and Mary Jo Chappaquiddick died. We're talking about 2 months previous to this. So it seems that he was still going through some major changes, and considering that his brother Bobby had been assassinated, I think less than a year previously, or around a year previously, it could have go all the way back to then, where he was still undergoing major changes and needing to make major adjustments. So we'll put this aside here and we'll draw the first card. Well, yeah. So again, this one also represents Teddy, and it's the Seven of Pentacles. And at that stage, he was reevaluating and reassessing. And, just, I think, looking back and seeing, what have I done? Have I done enough? Am I doing a good enough job? Whitby, quiet please. Sorry, that's my little dog. Card 2 is the challenges that he was facing at the time. The Magician. The Kennedys were the golden family, and image was so much, but everybody knew that they were flawed. But they were also master manifestors. So they showed a face to the public and to their constituents and their fans that they wanted them to see. There were master magicians, and it seems that as this has come up with a challenge for Teddy at this time, maybe he was finding that a bit hard to deal with, having to manipulate all the time. Maybe he wanted to show a little bit more honesty. It can be hard having to show one face to the world, having to make people believe what you want them to believe. The third card is for the past. Now this is, again, looking at the past, the Three of Wands. So he had been recently engaged in, one other reader, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot, there's commerce and expansion for this card. And yes, it is quite a lot about commerce and expansion. And in this card, he's looking out over the sea, over the ships, over the harbour, and he's got lights here. He's waiting for things to come in. So he was waiting for something to happen, probably from the result of previous efforts. I cannot remember if he was on the campaign trail at the time or if it's just general poll numbers or results of whatever he's doing. Excuse me for a moment. Okay, I just had to have a word to the little fellow. You can hear him in the background. Anyway, there you go. Yeah, so he was waiting for things to come in. Card 4, that one there, sorry. Card 4 is his strengths. The Ace of Cups, overflowing emotion. His strength was in being able to harness the emotion of the true believers, the believers in Camelot, the believers in the Kennedy family and in the Democratic Party and what the Kennedys could do with it. He was very good at harnessing that and using that, and again that could lead back to the challenge. It might have been his strength, but that doesn't mean he was altogether happy with it, or maybe he was just getting a little bit tired of having to do it. But he was very, very good at it, getting people on his side, appealing to their emotions. And it had been, of course, a very emotional few years for the Kennedys, losing first Jack and then Bobby. So there was a lot of overflowing love and emotion for this family. And he was very, very good at harnessing that and using that. Number 5 is his muse. His muse was the lovers. Whether this is the love that people had for the Kennedys or his love for somebody else, it did inspire him, and it did inspire his belief in what he was doing and why he was doing it. So yeah, love of his country, love of his family, the love that was there for his family in the American public and in the American psyche. That really acted as a muse and a launching platform for a lot of his ideas, I think. Number 6 is awareness. How and where his intuitive sight was expanding. It's got the Empress here, pregnant with possibilities. He was aware that being a senator and gearing up for his presidential campaign, and he was gearing up for a presidential campaign at this point was, which I think feeds back to this, waiting for things to come in, poll numbers and everything. So waiting on those. And the possibilities of what he could do and everything, and what he could achieve if he became president, and what his responsibilities would be, all of those things. He was very aware of that. Okay? Of the response, along with becoming a mother, it comes a lot of responsibility. So in sense, even though it's the Empress card, he would become the mother of the nation, I suppose, or the person responsible for the nation, and he was aware of that. Okay? Card 7 is the creativity. 2 of Cups, partnerships. He was brilliant at creating partnerships with people, at working with people and creating new ideas with them. Card 8 is sabotage. What sabotaged him? Now this is before the incident at Chappaquiddick. So justice sabotaged him, or his belief in justice. Maybe his belief in justice could be, maybe there's a reason this is happening to us, to our family. Maybe there's a reason that Jack was killed and that Bobby was killed and that I will be a target. Maybe it's a justified reason. I'm not saying that was the case, but this card in this position is called sabotage, and it is the beliefs that no longer serve you and resist your desires. So maybe he had a bit of deep down belief that what is happening to his family was justified. I myself do not believe there's any justification in assassinating good men. They were all good men, all 3 brothers. They weren't perfect, but they were flawed. But that is no reason to assassinate somebody. And the last card in this is direction. Now this is interesting. Where is this line of inquiry leading? The sun. Even with all this, the self-sabotaging thoughts, the weight of responsibility, the challenge of doing the manifesting, of getting people to see what he wanted them to see, the direction he was heading in at the time before the incident was bright and good and wonderful. He was really, really heading for the sun in the best way possible. The sun rules so many aspects of our planet, and the president rules so many aspects of the United States of America, and he was heading towards that. That is the direction he was heading to. So that's my reading for Bobby Kennedy, and I will stop that now. It's going to take quite a while to upload. Teddy Kennedy in the 2 months before the Chappaquiddick incident. The next video is going to be on Mary Jo Kopechne, who is the young lady who died in the incident, and it will also cover the 2 months before the incident. Thank you very much. Please remember to like and subscribe if you like this video. Thank you.